And now some perspective on the ceasefire. Earlier today, I spoke with General H.R. McMaster. He's the former national security advisor under President Trump. The longtime military leader doubts that peace between Israel and Hamas can last, and also points to the role of other nations in that region for only fueling the tension. Let's start, of course, with the big story of the week, and that was, of course, that ceasefire yesterday between Israel and Hamas. In broad strokes, curious about your reaction. Is this a peace that can actually hold?
Yeah, it's not a peace that's going to be able to be held for a long time because Hamas is still in control in Gaza, and Hamas is still on the receiving end of support from Iran with these destructive rockets, and Hamas is an organization that is dedicated to the destruction of Israel. But I think it's also important to remember that they're also the oppressors of the Palestinians in Gaza as well. And in terms of a two-state solution, I don't see it, Rob, because there's nobody who can deliver it, right? Who can deliver it for an agreement for the Palestinians or for the Israelis at this point? It's not a peace agreement; it's a ceasefire, and the prospects of a two-state solution, I think, are dwindling and certainly not on the horizon.
So where does it go from here? Is there any sustainable path, or we just keep living through this cycle where we have these violent flare-ups?
I think it's too important. It's too important of a humanitarian concern, too important of a political concern to just let it go unchecked, right? So, I think the Trump administration tried something different, right? They tried to work on it from the outside in, to try to broker agreements between the Gulf states and Israel. And I think the Biden administration ought to try to continue, that momentum. Work on it from the outside in, and then also try to isolate the various terrorist organizations, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad in Gaza, from sources of external support. And that equals Iran. And so I think working on the Iranian problem from the outside in to try to reduce the capacity that these terrorist organizations have for violence.
And obviously, there is a wing of the Democratic Party that in the middle of this latest flare-up certainly were much more open and public with a pro-Palestine point of view. Meantime, as you well know, U.S. foreign policy toward Israel or foreign policy generally is instinctively, reflexively, automatically pro-Israel. Should it continue to be?
Yes, and I also think that if you're pro-Palestinians, be anti-Hamas, right? Be anti-Iran. In terms of Iran's support for that terrorist organization. I mean, remember, there are 2 million people, crammed into Gaza, right? It's one of the most densely populated areas in the world, right? And Hamas is using that population, as human shields, so they can fire, almost 4,000 rockets, right, at Israel. So, I think when those who want to champion, the cause of the Palestinians, and I would count myself among them, I think what they should be is really adamantly anti-Hamas.
And there's much more to my interview with H.R. McMaster. We touched on several big issues right now, including America's vulnerability to cyber attacks, increasing concerns about the threat of white supremacists, and also reports that he was, in fact, the target of an undercover smear campaign during his time in the Trump White House. For the entire interview, you can go to newsnationnow.com.